Welcome back, True Seeker. Yesterday, Wednesday, May 28, 2025, rapper NBA YoungBoy praised Donald Trump for his pardon. And again, like always, it's nothing but ritual by the same old patterns. If you're new here, look into what Kabbalah is, and then look into practices within Kabbalah, such as the practice of coding numbers into words. If you've ever heard the term the Cabal, the secret political faction, again, that term comes from Kabbalah. And literally, that's no exaggeration, that's a actual use of the word. Literally, every day, your headlines are contrived by this Kabbalistic code of letters and numbers and dates known as Gematria. So, notice NBA YoungBoy who has the same birthday as Kamala Harris. From his birthday to his praise of Donald Trump was 220 days after his birthday. We've seen a lot of rituals with 220 and Trump. Of course, Inauguration Day falls 220 days after Trump's birthday, plus many other things. The whole ritual with RFK Jr. joining Trump 220 days from his birthday, et cetera, et cetera. Again, in Gematria, Donald John Trump, his full name, equates to 220. And if you're new here, there are 4 base ciphers of the English language, all based on the alphabetic order. A is 1 up to Z is 26 is the most simple cipher. The reverse alphabetic order, meaning Z is 1 back to A is 26, and both orders with numerology applied. Notice NBA YoungBoy also turned 25 last October 20th. Here we are in 2025. The chump's back in office like we told you would happen 4 years ago. Trump equals 25. All his 25% tariff threats. When you run the alphabetic order forwards, Donald J. Trump, how he writes his name on his books, is 148. May 28th, the day of this ritual, was the 148th day of the year. Remember, his most famous book is The Art of the Deal, 148, like Donald J. Trump. So, again, NBA YoungBoy on the 148th day of the year, 220 days after his own birthday at age 25, does this ritual for Trump. And if you go back, his prison release date was moved up on March 24th to April 26th. March 24th is the 83rd day of the year. His full name, Kentrell Deshaun Golden, equates to 83. Just like New Orleans, Louisiana, his hometown, equates to 83. And Golden, right? A different spelling of Golden, but his last name is Golden. Trump said it's the golden era. And again, that's how we nailed March Madness again this year. Championship was on 4-7. We said, oh, this is Lock City. Todd Golden to get his 133rd career win on 4-7 when Trump equals 47 and President equals 133. Same with White House, same with government. All of those words, President, White House, and government equal 133 the big way, 47 the small way. Todd Golden got his 133rd win on 4-7 representing Florida, Trump state. By the way, Florida equals 65. They won with 65 points, and by Houston losing by 2, they fell to plus 65 in point differential for the tournament. In the game prior, they beat Duke by keeping Duke on 67 points. Duke equals 67. Their point differential became 60 plus 67 versus Duke. Again, you learn this code, you'll see how scripted the games are, the news are, and how it's all connected. And why is it all connected? Because the same secret societies, the Cabal, run it all. Freemasonry is part of the Cabal. Freemasonry is based in Kabbalah. They etch on the Masonic temple Allah's number. Again, Donald Trump, the apprentice, the first degree of Freemasonry. Freemasonry equals 58. Like the first time around, Trump won the 58th election. Freemasonry is only for men. He beat women in both elections. He also won the 60th election, and Donald Trump equals 60. And, of course, he sacrificed his ex-wife exactly 60 weeks into the first ever Jesuitic nation year, the same day he said he'd run in the upcoming 60th election. But anyway, coming back to this, of course, Trump was 45 the first time around. New Orleans alone equals 45. From the announcement that he was going to get released early on March 24th, the 83rd day of the year, to his statement to Trump was 45 days later. Just think about the ritualism. And if you're new here, don't forget that Berlin Wall equals 45, and Trump ran on building a wall the first time, and he was called president-elect on November 9th, the anniversary of the fall of the Berlin Wall, and he has the parallels to Reagan, who said, tear down that wall, in regards to the Berlin Wall. Again, all this stuff is ritualism and jokes. And by the way, the day that he was released, April 26th, that's the 116th day of the year. Remember, African American equals 116. It's like how we told you the Dodgers would win that 116th World Series when Mookie Betts went to the Dodgers in the Jackie Robinson 42 ritual. But that means that from his release to his praising of Trump was 32 days later. Negro equals 32 like America. It's a number connected to slavery. This nation was built on slavery. This nation was built on using black people. And that's what's going on right now. The conservative right has figured out how to use black people to support their endeavors. And for all these new black conservatives and, NBA young boys and all these people repping the Republican Party, you should go back to the time of Ronald Reagan, the other Hollywood actor who became president, who also ran on MAGA, the highest degree of the Church of Satan. Reagan declared the drug war officially October 14th, 1982, which put a lot of people who look like NBA YoungBoy in prison. And ever since then, we've been building more prisons than schools, and more people who look like NBA YoungBoy have been going in there. And of course, Trump's friends with the people who run these record studios that make NBA YoungBoy's music that instigates a lot of the bad behavior and promotes the bad behavior. Again, getting used and abused. Nobody should be repping either political party. The Democrats are completely sold out. The Republicans are completely sold out. Both of these parties do not represent anybody. All they do is use, abuse, and manipulate us. And all these celebrities on the world stage, this is the real reason that, they got NBA YoungBoy up here, to manipulate people who look like him, to support one of the most racist parties ever. And forget all this crap about how the Democrats used to be the KKK. All the people saying stuff like that are disingenuous because the Democrats and Republicans flipped in terms of their politics since that time. Again, neither of these parties are good, but when you hear people saying that kind of crap, oh yeah, the Democrats were connected to the KKK, that stuff's BS. Back then, the Democrats were the Republicans were the Democrats. Things have totally changed. But yeah, again, learn this knowledge. See through the ritualism, stop supporting, pretty much stop supporting everything in the mainstream. People who make bad music that's bad for culture, politicians who lie to you every single day. Again, Donald Trump is a chump, and so are all of his supporters. And that goes for anyone supporting the Democrats, too. Both sides of the aisle. Nothing but chumps. There's more that could be said, but that's enough for now, Truth Seeker. Until next time.